A lot of people don't believe that she committed suicide, but I know that she did because I know Connie, and I knew her well enough to know that one day she was going to do it. You know, I know that she was in a lot of pain, and I'm just glad that she's not hurting anymore. Connie Haynes is a wonderful woman. And the real serious injustice is that she never killed anybody. And she never knew anybody was going to get killed. And she had nothing to do with it. And she did all that time, her whole life, in that prison.
I always believed in the criminal system. I believed in it totally. And I knew, even before I went to court, that this judge and this prosecutor, once they heard my story, was going to know that there's no way I could kill somebody. I first had a court-appointed attorney, and it was like, who are you kidding? You know, we know you're guilty, and I'm going to do my best, but I don't really have time for this because it's cut and dried. You're guilty, and the judge knows it, and the jury's going to know it, and so I'm not going to waste a lot of time on this. I went to court in bare feet because they wouldn't give me any shoes, and it was in January. I went without a coat. I wore a cotton dress, a jail dress. I wasn't allowed to smoke, and anybody that gave me a cigarette would be punished. I wasn't allowed personals, deodorant, shampoo. I was given a bar of soap. I was 6 months along before I saw a doctor. And I was 3 days in labor before they finally took me out to deliver the baby. My heart ached so bad that I thought, 2 weeks of this and I'll die. I'll just die. I'll just shrivel up and die. I couldn't eat. I could sleep. It was my only escape. It's all I wanted to do was sleep. There was no counseling. You saw a psychiatrist and you were either crazy or you weren't, and if you were crazy, they gave you some medication. I, over the years, so often wished I had someone I could talk to. Anyone that would listen. Not necessarily to help me get out of here, but how to cope. How to cope while I'm here. We have male officers in here now, and that's a hard thing to cope with. You don't have any privacy. And then if you've got a man officer, don't file a grievance, whatever you do. It's a no-no.
What about sexual harassment? Does that go on?
I've seen that go on for years. Since the men came into the system, the women's system, oh yeah, it goes on. And then if it happens and you tell it, then you're in danger of being harassed, or even worse is like what we call segregation. It's where they put you for punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll put you in there and they leave you however long they want to leave you. Mm-hmm. And it could be months. I was in once with a lady that had a terrible mental problem, and because she said something to one of the big shots coming through, they stripped her down and chained her to the cot. I heard her crying night and day. If they think they can do it and get away with it, they'll do it. I've seen women die in prison because they didn't get medical help in time. In one instance, a lady had asthma, and she told them that she needed to go to the clinic, and they wouldn't give her a pass to go. And she ended up having a heart attack as a result of this asthma. She died before they could even get her to the clinic. And it's a disgrace how they treated her after she was dead. They wheeled her out on a gurney, stark naked. For a lot of years, I fantasized that somebody was going to say, that woman's not guilty. She doesn't belong here. We're going to get her out of here. And, of course, the years roll by.